What's up everybody? Welcome to Random Fill Friday. If you haven't seen these videos before, this is how it works. I filled both of these drums up with little drums. If you're not familiar with these videos, this is how it works. Both of these drums have little notes inside of them. What I'm going to do is shake up the note, pick the note out of the drum, and then write that on the pad. I keep writing notes until I get a rhythm that fits in a 4/4 bar, and then from there, we orchestrate it on the drum set. So let's get started, shall we? This week's rhythm has a lot of space in it. For beat 1, we have a 16th note on the downbeat of 1, an 8th note on the E of 1, and then a quarter note on the of 1. The duration of the quarter note lasts all the way into the of 2, but luckily I drew a 16th note after the quarter note, so that means on the of 2 we have one 16th note. On beat 3 we have a 16th note on the downbeat of 3, and yet another quarter note on the E of 3 this time. So that means the duration of the quarter note on the E of 3 lasts all the way until the E of beat 4. For beat 4 we have an 8th note on the E of 4 and then a 16th note on the of 4. So this is what the rhythm sounds like all together. Ready and a go E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Alright, let's see what we can do with the orchestration of this really spaced out rhythm. Since this rhythm is so spaced out, we're going to put combinations of hi-hat and bass drum inside the empty spaces where we don't play. So this week's pattern is going to be a check pattern of straight 16th notes. For the downbeat of 1, we're going to put that on the snare. The E of 1 is going to go on the high tom. The and is going to go on the bass drum, since that's an empty space. And then the of 1 is going to go on the floor tom. So that sounds like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and a go E and a. Now for beat 2, we really only have a 16th note on the of 2. So for 2 E and, we're going to put that on the hi-hat. And for the of 2, we're going to assign that to the bass drum. So this is what beat 2 sounds like. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and a go E and a. For beat 3, we're going to put 3 and the E of 3 on the snare drum, and then the and of 3 on the bass drum. This is what it sounds like. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and a go E and a. So for beat 3, we're just trading doubles from the snare drum to the bass drum. Now beat 4, we really only play the E and the of 4. So let's go ahead and throw those on the ride cymbal bell. So left over we have the downbeat of 4 and then the and of 4. Now we're going to throw those on the hi-hat, but we're not going to play them as 16th notes. We're going to play them as 32nd notes. So we're going to have two 32nd notes on the downbeat of 4 on the hi-hat, the E of 4 on the ride cymbal, two 32nd notes on the and of 4 on the hi-hat again, and then on the of 4 ride cymbal. Now pay attention to how this sounds. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and a go E and a. Very slowly, this is what beat 1 and 2 sound like together. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and a go E and a. Now this is what beat 3 and beat 4 sound like played together. Finally, let's put the whole fill together. 1 E and a 2 E and a ready and a go E and a. turned out to be a pretty cool fill in my opinion. Now, if you want to show yourself playing this fill or any of the past Random Fill Friday fills, record yourself playing it and send it to any of my social media accounts. I'll have all the links in the description for you. Stay inspired, and I'll see you next week.